Hi, I'm Angel here at Hooters of Metairie for Burning Questions, and I've got Offensive Coordinator Joe Craddock with us today. How you doing today?
Good, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
Ready to get started with some medium?
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. Good.
10 out of 10?
I love it.
All right. What's your favorite play call from the season so far?
I would have to say the post to CJ, Zachariah Lewis. We kind of had another play call earlier in the game. We kind of saw something on the sideline and felt like we could get CJ open, and he ran a great route. We got him open by like 10, 12 yards, caught a post for a touchdown in a big part of the game to help us win it, so that was awesome.
How do you get your guys in the right mindset before a big offensive drive?
Just tell them honestly, just relax and go do our job. Our guys, they train year round. They do a heck of a job, and we train at such a high level that when the game should be easier than what we do in practice. So just tell them to go do their job, relax, take a deep breath, and just go execute.
What's your go-to meal when you're prepping for game day?
I love steak. Yeah, I'd have to say steak. We eat so good on the road, like even in the hotel at home, it's really good food. So steak and shrimp, I would have to say probably.
What kind of cook on your steak?
Medium.
Absolutely.
Sometimes medium rare, that depends, but at a hotel, medium.
Medium rare is the way to go. Is there a player who always makes your job easier on the field?
I would say there's a lot, right? If you have really good players, it really doesn't matter what you call. The call is going to get executed. Obviously, this all starts at quarterback. I think you have to have a good offensive line. If you have the offensive line in our offense, that you can do whatever you want to do. So it's really about the offensive line, the quarterback, and then having some skill guys around those guys that can make plays is what it's all about.
What's the most underrated skill an offensive player needs to succeed?
Being smart, intelligence. We're going to recruit really good, talented players. We have a really good strength coach that's going to develop them physically. I have a really good staff on offense that's going to help them develop their skill set from an offensive standpoint. But the mental side of the game is so important, especially at this level, and if you want to get better or get developed enough to play at the next level, I think you have to have intelligence. You have to have a work ethic to go study it, to go work in the film room, all those things. So to me, that's the number one thing that stands out is most people don't realize that. These guys got to be intelligent.
Yeah, buff and brains.
All right.
You ready to go for a hot?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to eat too much. Just take a couple bites, Yeah, I like that one better.
Pretty good.
I like a little spice. This one got a little more spice to it.
How do you adjust your game plan when the opposing defense brings in unexpected pressure?
Well, we feel like our system's built from a protection standpoint where we can pick just about anything up unless you bring one more than we can block, right? So we feel like our system's kind of built that way. I think the other thing is, like, we throw a lot at these guys in practice. If you're a defensive coordinator and you've run something in your past, no matter if it's 10, 15 years ago, there's going to be somebody on our staff that's seen it. And if it's something that we haven't seen recently, we're going to prepare for it. Like, we throw the kitchen sink at our guys in practice to make sure they've seen every possible look. And we never want our guys to go into a game feeling like they're unprepared for anything. So we're going to show them every look in practice. They may get us once, but once we get on the sideline, it's the beauty behind having the iPads nowadays. You can get on the sideline, show it to them on the iPad, and get it fixed. So that's kind of how we handle it. I think our staff does an unbelievable job at studying defensive coordinators pass, and we know teams aren't going to just sit back and play us base. We know teams are going to come after us and probably bring something they haven't shown. So our staff does a really good job of going back from years past and seeing what those guys have done, and we try to prepare our guys for it. I have to get one more bite of that one.
Who's the toughest defense you've had to game plan against this season?
From a schematic standpoint, I'd probably say East Carolina. They do a lot of stuff up front in the back end. They try to mix up the looks and do a lot of different things. I would say from a talent standpoint, probably Ole Miss for sure. They have really big players up front on the D-line. We were able to move pretty good and ran the ball pretty good. We just couldn't, finish drives. But I would definitely say from a schematic standpoint, I think East Carolina to this point has probably presented the most challenge.
How much do you rely on analytics versus gut feelings when calling plays?
Gut.
Gut?
Yeah, it's got to be gut. I was raised it's kind of cool now where I have my son is 6 and he's starting to watch football with me on the couch and stuff when we have an off day, on a Saturday of a bye week or whatever, and it's pretty cool because I kind of do the same thing my dad did with me. And growing up, watching Monday Night Football, I always remembered Monday Night Football watching with my dad. He was always constantly going through the scenarios of the game and third down, 2-minute drill, fourth down, all those things. So it's kind of ingrained in me. But I think the book, their analytics are good to an extent, but I think also the book was done pre-game. And once you get in the game, the team might be doing something completely different. The game might be going a little bit different than the analytics predicted it to. So I think you got to, as a coach, you have to get in the game and kind of get a feel for what's going on and go with your gut.
How do you get your players to fully embrace your offensive scheme?
That's a great question. I don't really think that we have to get them to. It's a pro-style system, so I think if you want to play at the next level, which everybody we recruit wants to play at the next level, or we're not recruiting them. So I think that's a pretty easy sell for us. It's a pro-style system, and if you learn this offense, you're going to be able to play at the next level. I also think there's a big, there's a big responsibility for us as coaches too to do what our players can do. Right? We want to always put them in a successful position. If we can adapt to what their strengths are, we're going to be successful. So it's always about adapting and making sure that you're doing the things that your players do best as well. But teaching them a baseline of a pro-style system, I think, obviously helps them go to the next level.
Gotcha. Are you ready to try honey Thai?
Let's do it. Honey
It's like
Thai.
a palate cleanser. It's not that spicy.
Honey Thai. All right. Never had this one. It's not bad. I like that.
No, it's really good, right?
Yeah, I've never had this.
It's new. Which one coaching cliche that you secretly hate but have to use?
Man, never thought about that. I don't know.
No?
I really don't know that.
Do you like all of them pretty much?
I guess.
What do you do when you find your offense struggling during a game? How do you adapt to the situation?
Yeah, I think you got to always look at what the other team's doing, right? And look at your plan and say, all right, hey, this is the next couple plays we're going to focus on. You got a whole sheet. I have a whole sheet of plays, right? And if I don't feel like our guys are doing a certain scheme very well, if we're running outside zone and it's not working, then hey, look, let's focus on inside zone or power, whatever it may be, and let's really focus on these couple plays to try to get them some confidence and get them going. But the game's all about having confidence in what you're doing, and so a lot of times if we're struggling, I'll ask them, hey, especially the O-line, hey, what run scheme do you like? Y'all are in it, y'all are in the fight, y'all are in the trenches, what do y'all like the best? And they'll usually tell me, hey, come to this and let's try that out. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I always like to get their feedback too, because I think that, like I said, they're in the fight. They're the ones throwing hands inside. So whatever they like, I like to get to that pretty quick too.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I thought of a coaching cliche.
All right, what is it?
Okay, kind of like when people say one band, one sound. You know what I mean? You have to move as a unit. That would be a cliche.
Yeah.
I don't hate that one though.
Yeah, I don't either, because it takes all of us doing our job, and so like one band, one sound, or whatever you said, it takes every man, especially on offense, one defense too. One guy screws up and the quarterback sees it on defense, it's a touchdown. Same with us. One guy goes the wrong way, one guy misses an assignment, it can screw up the whole play. We had that last week. To be honest, we had a play that should have scored, but one guy didn't do his assignment and he got 3 yards instead of scoring from 15 yards out. So it takes everybody doing their job, all 11, every single play. If not, it's a tackle for a loss or a 3-yard gain when it could have been a lot bigger play. So I think that's a good cliche to bring up, but I think that That one's a good one.
What's your favorite defensive scheme that you've had to try to figure out how to beat?
I don't want to say that on TV now. I don't want to put that out there.
Keeping your cards close?
Yeah, I'm going to keep that one close. Yeah, I'm not going to put that one out there.
Are you ready to try 3 mile?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
3 mile?
It's not that bad.
All right, cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be. It's good.
Is this the hottest y'all have here?
Mm-hmm. Well, spicy garlic would be the hottest. It's like a close.
Spicy garlic. That's good.
How do we feel about that?
Good. Not too bad. You got to get 2 bites of every one. It's like the movie Dumb and Dumber, right? You take the ketchup and the mustard. It's not that bad though. No, I really like it.
It's really more vinegary than spicy.
No, I like that. That's good. I would definitely try that now that I've tried it. But when you look at it on the menu, you're like, I don't know if I want that.
Yeah.
You know, but I would definitely have some of those.
It's not terrible. Who's the best defensive player you've ever had to face?
As a player or as a coach?
Give me both.
Oh, man. Well, the first, I don't know if I want to say that one or not. As a coach, one guy that was really, a couple guys come to mind, Ed Oliver, nose guard from Houston, was really good. Hassan Reddick at Temple was really good. I'd say those 2 guys really stick out in my mind. And then as a player, man, you know, we played some really good teams in the SEC that I thought had some good players. One guy that just always stuck with me because he broke 4 bones in my back was Glenn Dorsey at LSU when they won the national title in 2007. So I'd probably have to go with him or one of those guys on that defense.
Yeah, that's insane. 4 bones.
Yeah.
Do you have a nickname that everyone on the team calls you?
So all the coaching staff call me Smoke. Coach Summerall, I think, started that a couple years ago. He called me Smoking Joe, and so everybody now just has as an abbreviation, I guess, calls me Smoke. But I've had a bunch over the years. You know, going back to like when I was little, like, there's been a lot over the years, but you know, that one on this team sticks a lot is Smoke. I think some of the quarterbacks joke and call me the Wizard, but most of the guys in the program is Smoke.
If you weren't coaching offense, what other job, football or outside of it, would you be doing?
Oh man, professional golfer.
Definitely, great answer.
Yeah. If I could get to that point, I mean, playing golf for a living would be unbelievable. I think I've got a good buddy, Taylor Moore, that you know he's doing well on the PGA Tour right now. I just watch him, you know, all the time, and just to play golf for a living, I think is pretty awesome. But hopefully I could get good enough to be able to do that, but that's what I would go for.
Yeah.
I couldn't see myself at a desk job at a 9 to 5, so other than that, man, I don't know, professional fisherman, something outside. I couldn't be inside all day.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Who has been your biggest inspiration to get you to where you are now?
Man, there's so many. I would say like the obvious ones, like my mom, my dad, just to see how hard they worked growing up and to provide for me and my sister, you know, a good life. You know, they were always constantly working. I was raised pretty much in the summers by my granddad while my mom and dad worked when we were out of school. But like, there's been so many coaches over the years. Even going back my years as a player, I would have to point at, you know, guys like Fred Yancey, my high school coach. You know, going into college, Dabo Sweeney was awesome. Loved being around him and getting a different perspective on the coaching profession and life. And I mean, I love John Summerall, man. Like, he's a dude that you want to be around every day. He's taught me a lot too. He's just who he is. He's not somebody he's not, and I just respect him for it. But he's an awesome guy to work for. Great family man that lets us have time with our family when we can. You know, get the work done, but don't guard your desk. And so, I love John Summerall, man. He's awesome. He's a good one to be around.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. Guess you met him earlier, huh?
Yeah. Final burn question.
Yeah.
If you can leave one lasting impression on Tulane's offense, what would it be?
I think just toughness. Hey, when we showed up on Saturday, watched these guys play. Man, they were the toughest group. They whooped the other team's butt every play. We've had games this year where we saw their best player on defense tap out. I think that's freaking awesome because toughness, it's going to breed winning. So if you're tough, you're going to win games. And so I think toughness, resilience. I think there's been some games this year where we've kind of probably been counted out. We've found a way to come back and win. But those two, and then the third probably would be winning. Just find a way to win. That's what it's all about. We didn't sign up for anything but to develop men and to win games. And I think that if those three things are come out of our offense this year, I think we'll be pretty happy as a group.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach Craddock.
Thank you.
Those are all
Nice
my
to meet
burning
you.
questions.
Yes, ma'am.